What comes to mind when you hear the phrase billionaire's wife? A designer draped diva gliding from hair salon to yacht party, perhaps? Well, reality laughs in the face of that cliche. Not every woman married to one of the richest men alive is sipping $200 green juice while scheduling her next spa day. In fact, many of them are out there launching foundations, saving lives, building schools, or wait for it, shopping at Goodwill. Let's dive into the fascinating lives of extraordinary women who happen to be married to, or were married to, billionaires. From biologists to baristas, educators to entrepreneurs, these women prove that wealth does not define worth. Number 9. Lucinda Southworth. When Larry Page, the co-founder of Google, was not busy organizing the internet, he was clearly organizing his love life with precision. His wife, Lucinda Southworth, is no less impressive than her algorithm-loving husband. Born in 1979 in the United States, Lucinda isn't just Mrs. Google, she's a scientist with a killer resume. She earned her undergraduate degree from the University of Pennsylvania, followed it up with a master's from Oxford, casual, and then completed a PhD in biomedical informatics at Stanford University. The woman practically speaks in code. Lucinda hails from an accomplished family. Her father was a World Bank consultant, and her mother, a psychologist and founder of 2 NGOs. Lucinda has carried on the philanthropic flame alongside Larry. Together, they have raised 2 children and a serious amount of money for good causes. Also, they're regulars at Vanity Fair's post-Oscar parties because even geniuses need a red carpet break. Number 8. Astrid Menks. If you think being married to billionaire Warren Buffett means golden chandeliers and $10,000 steaks, Astrid Menks is here to prove you wrong and maybe knit you a sweater from a thrift store while she's at it. Astrid, originally from Latvia, was working as a waitress at the French Cafe in Omaha when she met Buffett. Here's the plot twist. She was introduced to Warren by his late wife Susan, who remained friends with both. Warren and Astrid eventually tied the knot in 2006. After decades of companionship, she's not your typical billionaire spouse. Astrid prefers thrift stores over kosher and helps run local charities, especially ones that support the Omaha Zoo. She and Warren still live in the modest home he bought for $31,000 in 1958. The cherry on top? They're proof you don't need a gold-plated mansion to live richly. Number 7. Melinda French Gates. You may know her as Bill Gates' ex-wife, but Melinda French Gates is a philanthropic powerhouse in her own right. She went from coding software to coding change at a global level. Melinda grew up in Dallas, studied computer science and economics at Duke University, and joined Microsoft as a product manager. There she met Bill, married him in 1994, and they had 3 children. For years, she stayed out of the spotlight, only making her media debut in 2008. But when she stepped up, she really stepped up. As co-chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, she's helped transform public health, reduce poverty, and empower women in developing nations. In 2016, President Obama awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom because being awesome should be officially recognized. Number 6. Priscilla Chan. Sure, being married to Mark Zuckerberg comes with perks like your own sleep box, literally. But Priscilla Chan isn't lounging around watching cat videos. This Harvard grad and pediatrician is changing the world one child at a time. Together with Mark, she co-founded the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, pledging to donate 99% of their Facebook shares to causes like education, disease prevention, and tech equity. In 2016, she opened the Primary School, a free private school in Palo Alto for low-income families. She's even expanded the model to Hayward, California. Priscilla's passion for rare disease research inspired her to launch Rare as One, a project funding work on conditions that often go unnoticed. Her story is even more inspiring considering her modest roots. She's the daughter of Vietnamese refugees and served as a family translator as a child. Oh, and the sleep box. Mark built it so Priscilla could sleep undisturbed by her phone at night. Now that's love and solid engineering. Number 5. McKenzie Scott. You may know her as Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, but McKenzie Scott, formerly Bezos, has rewritten her own story and possibly the future of philanthropy since their split in 2019. They were married for 26 years and built Amazon together. Yes, she was there from the garage days. After their $35 billion divorce settlement, McKenzie didn't go shopping, she went giving. Within a few years, she donated over $4 billion to 384 organizations, becoming a modern-day Robin Hood in high heels. Raised in San Francisco, McKenzie was a shy child with a love of writing. She published her first novel by hand at the age of 6. Her literary career includes working as a research assistant to Pulitzer Prize-winning author Toni Morrison, and she holds a degree from Princeton University. She's also held just about every part-time job imaginable: waitress, clothing salesperson, deli cashier, hostess, library monitor, you name it. Recently, she married Dan Jewett, a science teacher. Not a hedge fund guy, a science teacher. How refreshing is that? Number 4. Lorene Powell Jobs. While she wasn't included in your transcript, let's sneak in Lorene Powell Jobs here as an honorary mention. After all, she was married to Apple co-founder Steve Jobs and has since built her own impressive legacy. A graduate of Stanford Business School, she founded Emerson Collective, an organization focused on education, immigration reform, and environmental causes. Lorene has also invested in journalism, including The Atlantic, because, as she puts it, democracy depends on an informed citizenry. She's one of those people who wear jeans with a purpose and could probably run a Fortune 500 company in her sleep. Number 3. Diane von Furstenberg. Okay, not your classic wife of a billionaire, but Diane von Furstenberg married Barry Diller, a media mogul with billions to his name. Diane, however, made her own fortune and fame as the creator of the iconic wrap dress. Together, they're the stylish overlords of power coupledom. But she continues to blaze trails in fashion and women's leadership through her foundation and philanthropy. If fashion had a queen, Diane would be wearing the crown and a wrap dress, of course. Number 2. Anne Wojcicki. Before she dated A-Rod and became media fodder, Anne Wojcicki co-founded 23andMe, the direct-to-consumer DNA testing company that basically made everyone paranoid about their ancestry. She was once married to Google co-founder Sergey Brin, but she's carved her own empire through biotech innovation. No tiaras, just test tubes. Her company has made massive strides in genetic health and personal wellness and earned her a spot on numerous most powerful women lists. Not bad for someone who probably knows your genome better than your doctor. Number 1. Oprah Winfrey. Look, we had to include Oprah. Sure, she's never married longtime partner Stedman Graham, but she's Oprah. She's richer than most billionaires' wives and has built a media empire from scratch. From talk show royalty to serious philanthropy, Oprah's influence spans generations. She's donated millions to education, women's empowerment, and disaster relief, and she owns more books than a national library. She doesn't need a billionaire husband, she is the billionaire. If these inspiring women blew your mind as much as they did ours, hit that like button to show some love. Got a favorite billionaire wife? Tell us in the comments below. We are all ears and a little envy. Want more real stories behind the glam? Subscribe and join our growing community of curious minds. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious and stay classy.